The Sentinel Initiative is an effort undertaken through the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, but it's a public-private partnership. It was legislated by Congress in 2007, and the idea was to create an active surveillance system for the safety of medical products, starting with drugs, but now under recent congressional legislation, the idea is to expand it out to all types of medical products. And the legislation envisioned a kind of new and unique idea for how to do that. We have a healthcare system that's pluralistic. The data for this system reside in health plans, in organizations that are using electronic health records, increasingly in other places too, even records that individuals keep for themselves. And the notion behind the Sentinel Initiative was to pull these together in what's called a distributed research network. So the data on individuals stay at home in the places where they're being used for care, but because different data holders, different organizations are willing to work together to come up with the same models for summarizing their data, they can provide a clear overview of what's going on with drug safety and medical product safety in the United States. And this is a new kind of approach reflecting the realities and I think some of the unique features of our healthcare system. The way the system works is that Sentinel has set up kind of a core governance structure whereby everybody who's got data and is willing to participate follows the same rules using their data. So identifying, for example, patients who have taken a vaccine or patients with who have been taking a particular kind of drug for a heart condition. And the analysis enables each organization to look at the experience of those patients and put it together to an overall comprehensive analysis of drug safety surveillance in the United States. And over the last few years, this has gone from a concept to a program that is actually now doing routine queries and other more sophisticated analyses for the FDA on some of their most pressing drug safety questions. Now, this is not the only source of evidence on drug safety in the United States. FDA relies on a whole set of tools, including spontaneous adverse event reports, including studies that are done by drug manufacturers, including information from other academic sources, but it's becoming an integral part of the drug safety surveillance system, and it does provide this unique perspective on how drugs are actually being used in the U.S. and what some of the adverse events and patterns of use and consequences of all of that are. One of the key goals of healthcare reform, and I mean real healthcare reform in the United States, is to get to a system where we know with much more confidence what's going to work best for individual patients. Which patients are going to have side effects, which patients are going to benefit from a medication or a combination of medications. That's what personalized medicine should be all about. Now, to get the kind of knowledge that we need to create that learning healthcare system and to create that system of personalized medicine, we need to learn a lot more than we are about the care that people are actually receiving. So it's one thing to do clinical trials of a few hundred or maybe a few thousand patients. It's another thing to really be able to look at how individual patients, based on a whole set of characteristics that differ, preferences that differ in real-world settings, respond to different types of treatments. And a first bastion in creating this kind of national infrastructure is turning out to be the Sentinel system. So what it's been able to do is put together data from a number of different sources to get a clearer national picture about questions of drug safety.